Number 5, swear we're finishing up this list. And I know some of it's been pretty dark, but it'll carry us over into some unofficial advice that they like to give after this. So
unofficial.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Suggestions. Okay. This is cool. Figu has the biggest UFO photograph collection because they allowed Billy to take the photos. That's true. You can actually buy his photo inventarium online. It's like $85. And it's like 600 photos taken on a analog camera of these craft in the craft moving through time. Like, they're incredible.
That's amazing.
Yeah. And
I've seen a lot of them online.
And they've all been analyzed.
Some of them look fake.
Because
they're holding like white guns and.
Oh, you're talking about the ray gun?
Yeah.
Oh, they have a thing about this.
Okay, good.
Yeah, we're getting there. Yeah. This is strange. Some extraterrestrial races are dangerous, and we will encounter them soon in history. You know the boys that are blowing through the quarantine? Probably the dangerous ones.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, as huge as the universe is, you got to expect negative polarity beings.
Yeah, and they said encounter. I don't know what encounter entails. That's just a word that says you'll encounter them. Okay, well, what is that? What is that like? What does that mean?
So not all intentions could be good.
No.
With our first contact.
They didn't say it was good or bad. They said some races are dangerous.
Yeah.
That's an interesting word choice. Additional, this one will be good for any physicists who are listening to this. Additional fundamental forces will be discovered. 7 in total. Fundamental forces?
That would change physics for...
It would our world be upside down. 7?
Will be discovered?
What are the fundamental forces?
There's, 4 right now? You have gravity.
Yeah. Gravity.
That's John Meier.
Gravity. I'm like trying to catch up with this. Oh, okay. So we have gravity, electromagnetism, weak interaction or weak nuclear force, and strong interaction, strong nuclear force. Oh yeah, this is all coming back to me. So that means we have 3 more undiscovered things. That's badass.
Yeah, that could change our technology quickly.
Super cool.
If they discover something.
That's super cool.
And we've had that down through the centuries, accidental discoveries and
all
stuff.
the time.
That's how it happens. Yeah.
Penicillin, dude.
Everything seems like it's, oh shit, this is working?
Yeah. I watched the movie on Marie Curie last night. Wasn't very good. That's all I have to say. Okay.
Love it. You get so much value on higher density living. You get movie. We just saved you 2 hours.
Oh yeah, I did. I saved you 2 hours
right there. I mean, so time.
Just horrific drama. Nothing positive came out of it.
Yeah, I mean, this is just so much value coming out of HDL.
Yeah, don't watch it. If we you'll enjoy this one a lot.
I'm ready.
If we change one single genetic strand, we can live for 500 to 1,000 years, and that is the normal length of life for a human being. We currently are abnormal.
Well, they said that before.
I know, but
we
now
talked about that. Now they're telling us how to. Ooh, don't tell Google this.
Yeah, if we change one single genetic strand, which one? This is about to blow my mind. I'm gonna have to research this. We're gonna come back and talk about this next part. Green atmospheres are the best, not blue. Could you imagine going outside and the sky is green?
What is a? Just type in green atmosphere and see if anything even pops up in Google. This is interesting.
This is really interesting.
Yeah.
I've never heard about it, thought about it.
Because that's UV rays, right? Isn't that what creates the blue, or our perception of that with our human eyes?
How could a habitable planet have a green atmosphere? There's literally articles about this stuff. I've never heard of this. Someone asked the question, how could a planet which humans could land and survive on with no spacesuits or help have a green atmosphere? Note, I would like to know the percentage of the different gases for your answer. For example, replace 20% of the atmosphere in hydrogen and replace it with Imagineum, then your atmosphere would appear green.
So it's just a mixture of gases.
It's a different gas mixture.
So that would be our atmosphere. And so us breathing that atmosphere, are they saying that atmosphere would be better for us as humans?
It's actually better for us as humans. Here we go. Two possible ways this physicist came in and talked about this. The planet has a super abundant biosphere, and the atmosphere is full of what can only be called aerophytoplankton, tiny plant life that float in the air the same way marine phytoplankton floats in the sea.
Oh, there you go.
How
So if
I'm just like going.
if our globe, if our globe was, if we had 500 million people on the planet and it was thriving,
probably be green.
Yeah, or close to it, maybe.
Or second option. The planet's crust has a high copper mineral content and the atmosphere is full of dust of greenish copper minerals and compounds. This, like the situation where the sky of Mars looks reddish due to the color of the dust floating in the atmosphere. I'm going to go with the aerophytoplankton to start.
Yeah.
This is
copper's
insane.
good for you. Anyway.
I don't know who this person is. A layer of chlorine gas in the atmosphere would make it green. The problem with this is that it would also make it very dangerous for humans. All right, so that
eliminates that, yeah.
Probably not the answer.
No. Yeah. I love that because that was a cool one.
Yeah. That's super, super neat. I'm going to have to do way more research on that. Oh. Yeah. This will help. Just had to read the next one. Earth has 20% oxygen in the atmosphere. We need 30%. So you're changing gas mixtures by 10%. So if oxygen's taking another 10, then what's going to actually replace that?
Right.
Aerophytoplankton. Overpopulation causes the overall intelligence to go down, not up.
Wow.
Think about that.
That's
First of all, survival metrics,
right?
Lack of food nutrients to feed your brain, lack of accessibility to resources because they're overstrained. That makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense, yeah.
And you get a lot of distorted input by other people. It's a self-fulfilling negative prophecy. Oh, this is cool. Earth is considered a water world. All oceans put together is... all oceans put together times 2 is in the ground.
Well, I mean, we have
Even
a big, huge map and have if you put all the countries together, and just put them in one big landmass, it would probably only take a small percentage of the rest of the globe.
Freaking translation is so hard. All oceans put together times 2 is in ground. Oh. The aquifers of water underneath are plates of crust.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. All right. And it's even underneath the desert.
Is it times 2 of
it's double what we find in the ocean.
Yeah. That makes sense.
That's freaking nuts.
So we are a water world. Yeah.
Yeah. So that
we're water beings.
What about the major crust? What about under the ocean's crust?
Yeah.
Cool. Super cool. In ancient times, some agreement was made with extraterrestrials called the Codex.
I've heard of this.
What the hell's the Codex? I love how everyone's learning live on air with us. Codex, extraterrestrial law. Nothing.
I've heard of the Codex, though.
Yeah,
There's something... Type in Codex Bible.
Is that the Code of Hammurabi? That was way back. Was that Sumeria?
Sumeria. Well, I mean, there's a lot of Samaritan stuff with aliens.
It's a Babylonian thing with all the laws on it. I wonder if that's what it was.
Yeah, but that would sound like more familiar. The Babylonians were badass. They had one of the 7 wonders of the world, right? Wasn't it that veiled?
Oh, they made this to prevent the strong from oppressing the weak. The laws are I don't know.
Does it give the 7 laws?
Let's see.
Then we can tell if they line up with creation.
Yeah, these look pretty effing wild. I've never even gone back to even reread these, and I'm interested. Okay, yes. Legal area. Offenses against the administration of law. Example. If a man accuses another man and charges him with homicide, but cannot bring proof against him, his accuser shall be killed. Okay, first of all, that's not following the law of respecting someone's free will.
No.
Here's another good one. These are great. This is property offenses.
No one's going to bring anything up.
This is property offenses. If a man breaks into a house, they shall kill him and hang him in front of that very breach.
This is like old school ruthless here.
This is out of control. You ready for the next one on land and houses?
There's a lot of control.
If a man has a debt lodged against him, and the storm god Adad devastates his field, or a flood sweeps away the crops, or there is no grain grown in the field due to insufficient water, in that year he will not repay grain to his creditor. He shall suspend performance of his contract, literally wet his clay tablet, and he will not give interest payments for that year. Okay, that's the first beneficial thing that's reasonable. Right. Like, debtors don't care if you go to your farm. It's like in the weather.
How many people blame stuff on the god, though?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, the water god did this.
You want to hear the one commerce?
Yes, I love this.
Oh my God, these are nuts. If a merchant should give silver to a trading agent for an investment venture, this is Hammurabi's code.
Yes.
Way back.
Yeah.
What are they doing talking about investment ventures?
Mm-hmm.
And he, the trading agent, incurs a loss on his journeys. He shall return the silver to the merchant in the amount of the capital of the sum. Doesn't matter what you lost. If you don't come back on the investment from the investment, this journey, with what I gave you or more, don't come back.
Mm-hmm.
All right, hold on. I'm just going to do, you want to do it on the assault? We'll do one on assault.
Is this against someone's free will?
Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
Okay. If an awilum should blind the eye of another, they shall blind his eyes.
Wow. This is like
that's eye for
doing
eye.
to others is eye for eye.
That's
yeah.
very eye for eye. Okay.
That's all fear based.
All of this is fear based. They got ones
Control.
on like renting a boat. I'm not even gonna get into it. It's insane. All right, so that's not the codex, in case anyone was wondering. That's got to not be it.
Yeah.
Yeti Bigfoot exists, and there are 4 different types. Raw talks about that too.
Yeah, exactly.
Nice cross.
Well, there's that. What's that big? It looks just like Bigfoot. It's taller than humans.
Jason Rigby.
No, it's taller than you're taller than I am, bro. It's tall. It's tall like humans, but it was an actual gorilla, and they have like remakes of it. But I mean, it looks like a Yeti. But I mean, it was like 10 feet tall. Well, but it was an actual species that was here. They have proof of it.
I'm deeply interested to know. Oh, this one's... While you're looking that up, let me hit the next one. Extraterrestrials helped Albert Einstein with unconscious impulses. What do you think about that? Everyone says Einstein's a genius. Sounds like he got some help. Do we all get help? I guess for those who really want it.
Yeah, it's a Gigan.
What?
Gigantopithecus. Gigantopithecus. This was discovered. They discovered teeth.
Gigantopithecus.
Yeah.
Pithecus. Gigantopithecus.
And there's pictures of it.
It's huge.
Where they've made. Doesn't it look like a Bigfoot?
Yeah, it's horrific. I don't want to see anything like that. It does.
If they're just different, like the Lost Six Monsters and all this other stuff, we have dinosaurs that have made it through.
Yeah, people make it through.
Yeah, we just discover, every day we discover new species.
All the time.
Yeah, people don't realize that.
You go to the ocean, they don't even know what to do with themselves. There's just so many.
There's so many. Yeah.
They're logging them every day. And speaking of Albert Einstein with his unconscious impulses being helped by extraterrestrials, they say the Plejaren helped us discover many things with unconscious impulses since 1844. What's a major breakthrough in 1844? 1844 major scientific.
Oh yeah, yesterday this was funny on the article. There was a new ant species discovered, so they decided to give it the first ever gender neutral name. Hey, let me ask you: do the ants care?
What do they call it? Ant? Is it called ant? I think
it was ending in they, so it's like
dude. Check this out. I don't know.
Are ants? Do they have both male and female? Can they turn? I know some insects can do that.
Queen ant, bro.
They're hermaphrodites or whatever.
Oh, I don't know if they switch.
But are ants gender neutral?
No idea. Here we go. Remember they said about the Plejaren were helping people since 1844?
Mm-hmm.
The major discovery,
like KFC,
in 1844, John Dalton. He's the coined the scientific term atom from the smallest particle of matter.
Oh, well, there you go. Yeah. So John got a hookup. from an ET.
He got a mad ET hookup.
And then he got a Nobel Peace Prize probably.
Yeah, he came up with atomic theory here. This is just freaking.
So what happens there?
So who gets the Nobel Prize?
I mean, because everybody's running off of that theory.
Yeah, everybody. Thousands of large animals on Earth not yet discovered. You just literally just said this. Mm-hmm. Couldn't even have teed it up any better.
We can come up with some more gender neutral names.
By the way, you have this I have no context of, so I will share. Ambassadors from hundreds of races have visited Earth. Majority are in the Federation, however. The Plejaren Federation? Okay. So majority of the people that showed up were a part of the Plejaren Federation.
Star Trek Fleet Academy?
Can you look up the definition of Federation, please? Great word.
A group of states with a central government, but independence in internal affairs.
So what the United States was supposed to be?
Yeah, this one sounds better. An organization or group within which smaller divisions have some degree of internal autonomy.
Okay, yeah. So that's the United States.
Yeah.
What it should have been.
Yes. Don't get me started on that.
Gosh. You want some unofficial advice that they said?
Oh yeah, I want to hear this.
We'll give 2, and then we got to shut this down because these are our worst episodes we've ever done.
I think people will like these. I'm enjoying them.
I'm thoroughly enjoying myself.
Yeah.
And I think the problem is I'm enjoying it so much myself that I'm like, nobody could enjoy this. Develop a sustainable food source. For example,
no shit.
For example, this is where it gets
avocados.
For example, fruit grows on trees for free and is harvested when you're hungry. Develop a produce which can be sustainably grown without depletion or destruction of environment. For example, some tablet-type capsule which has many supplements not attainable from locally grown food. Eat as if you mean to go on, ensure local environment remains fertile and productive. Don't have a system where it costs less to eat food from the other side of the world than to eat local food.
They're going to solve this. Technology is going to solve
it's
this.
On its way.
Remember in Star Trek they had the machine and you could get whatever you want.
Yeah.
You just open the door. And
Did you talk about the replicator?
yes, I love that. The replicator. I'd replicate donuts all day
Oh
long. Especially, could you imagine
full spectrum health donuts?
Well,
vitamin donut.
Yeah. And they taste like a donut to fool your brain, but in actuality, you're getting all your complete minerals. And
I'd have a blast.
But they already have that. This is really, really cool.
Sure. Please do tell.
There's a billionaire up in Washington State, and he'd made his money in other different ways. Really cool guy. He created this company that they're working with right now. And it's basically you pee on sticks, they get your blood and all that, which you can prick your finger and put it on a card and send it in the mail. So you don't even have to go to a doctor. And then they design a capsule, a vitamin capsule for you. And then they adjust it. They send you you prick your finger, pee on sticks and all that stuff. They get try to get as much information as they can from you. And this is very rudimentary. This is going to be happening all the time soon. And then from there, they can adjust the vitamins and everything to get everything all balanced perfectly. So them talking about, this is very cool. Them talking, we will take capsules. We're conditioned to. Everywhere in the world, everyone in the world will take medicine. So if they're giving us, if we're able to, let's say right now, if you could go on a sustainable tree and pick a New York steak off the tree,
yeah,
and eat it, people would be doing that all day long.
Yeah, they would.
Yeah, so it's not the idea of. It's the idea of what people want and like. You know what I mean? So now technology has to turn around and say, like Quest bars did that. The Quest nutrition bars, the protein bars, they made them nutritious, but they made it kind of taste like cookies and cream and chocolate chip and Cliff bars are that way.
The guy's a billionaire or whatever he was.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Okay, that's super cool. Next one. And I do.
We just solved the food problem, sustainability.
Done. We just talked about that.
Not us.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Whatever. Higher density living. We talked about it.
We get credit.
Where's my Nobel Prize?
Come on, Federation.
Yeah. Come hang out with us in your little invisible suits.
Didn't you have a dream where you were talking to the Federation?
Yeah.
Or some council or something?
I was talking to some council.
There was a bunch of aliens.
Don't ask me to name it. I have no idea. But
that's what I thought of when you said Federation. I immediately thought of your dream.
Why does this make my hair stand up? There must be something.
I don't know why. Yeah.
Don't get me amped I like this one a lot. And I don't know
You're
if
wearing the shirt for it today.
Yeah, the Arcturian Starseed.
Yeah.
I can't get rid of it. I can't throw it away.
No, you should.
I can't.
Old t-shirts are the best.
It's so comfortable.
I always grab those.
Yeah. Okay. Here we go. You ready for this?
Yes.
Make things last for a very long time. Don't have products, devices, and tools which will break after a few uses or designed to fail. Have tools that last and are built properly for the purpose and does the task successfully and maintain the best it can be. Take care of it and don't reinvent a good thing to make it inferior to sell more for sales sake. We
do that. Our technology is built on that.
Look
at cell phones.
Yeah. And they give
Look at the dollar store. Everything in there is made to break.
That's what it's made to break.
And where are dollar stores put at? In very rural, super low income
for the people
neighborhoods.
who really need stuff to work.
Yeah. But I mean, okay.
You want to know how
you only have, Jason, you only have the iPhone 11 Pro Max, so you know there's a 12 out there.
I don't need it.
I don't need it. I keep my phones for like 4 years. And then finally, when it's like cameras, the cameras always get me.
Dude, you and I use cameras and stuff until they melt.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't, my phone works perfectly fine. But then they had that whole thing. Didn't they get busted where they were slowing phones down and stuff?
Yeah, they were doing the planned obsolescence. But here's an interesting thing. The origin of this example comes from the development of time of Plejaren technology. They said they will only release something if it's been tested for 50 years first.
Wow. But their lifespan is how long?
Yeah. So that means you have to test it. If we cut it back by 10%, or divide, yeah. So we're looking at 5 years of testing for our stuff.
Mm.
So I guess there should be some sort of ratio here for human life and how long we test a piece of technology. You know what I mean? I think this is cool, and I think this is going to be the next hit, like yoga pants.
Oh, yeah.
Ready for this? Develop an overall bodysuit for various tasks. A bodysuit.
Yeah, we would wear sometimes. I loved it. And when we were working on the helicopters in the Marine Corps, we'd had coveralls. And they were like these, you just slipped them on and you had this one zipper.
Yeah.
You know, and I would wear those. You could wear those or your camis, you know, we call them camis. But,
Yeah.
you know, and you got to tuck them in the bottom and wear your boots. And I'm like, I'm going to have shorts and a T-shirt underneath, a green T-shirt, and slip on my... I was always wearing, as much as I get away with it, I was wearing those.
But the thing is, it's useful.
Right. Flight suits. Super comfortable.
They're not only comfortable, you can pee in them. Yep. They pressurize you, keep you at a stable temperature, and they're robust.
Even like on the helicopter side, even just the soft green ones, they get really soft and they're comfortable. You just slide them on. I mean, why not?
Why don't we have unisuits?
Yeah, it's easier.
We should all be in it.
Yeah, but we have too much creativity with our fashion.
Why can't I make my
Louis
suit?
Vuitton could make one.
Why can't I have a creative looking suit?
I guarantee you, if Louis Vuitton made a suit
who's the guy made
with LVs all over it, and one of the Kardashians was wearing it,
oh yeah,
the youngest one, everybody would be wearing suits quick. Isn't that funny?
No, they'd be all over it. This is interesting. Maybe we can put old people in the suits. Allow aging with dignity. They're anti-Botox and they're anti-makeup. The Plejaren are. They said it's anti-creational to put makeup on. Think about it. So, allow aging with dignity. Each age group is not hounded or harassed by commercial services or products.
Oh, this idea to not accept your age and to feel younger.
Yeah.
There is a dichotomy with that.
Well, think about Hollywood.
I mean, like me, it's like I want to be at my top shape.
That's different.
You know what I mean?
You're not physically manipulating the way you look.
No, yeah, I'm not going to go get Botox.
Who's that lady
I don't need dead.
who refuses to get Botox in Hollywood, but then they started kicking her out of films?
Oh, yeah. I know who you're talking about.
I want to say she wears turtlenecks all the time, too.
Yeah.
And there was another guy who did that. He refused to get Botox and all that stuff.
There's a lot of actors that are actually doing that. But yeah, that whole thing is so fake.
Yeah.
Filters and Instagram and all that junk.
It's gross.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's cool when you see a woman with no makeup on and they're, just absolutely stunning. You're just like, all the genes from heaven fell from you.
Yeah, aren't you lucky? Where'd that blend come from? Probably
But
Sweden.
the makeup nowadays is so crazy.
I think
it's a serious thing, bro. Have you gone to like Ulta or any of these places?
The Mac places, and
yeah,
what's the
and
other
then they
one?
have like, dude, $200 brushes to do one thing. They can contour their face and make it. Have you seen like women without the same women without makeup, and
I think there was
and they got their eyes look really big, and their cheekbones look sunken.
This guy got catfished once.
Oh yeah,
and then married this lady, but he only saw pictures of her with makeup and literally had to divorce her when he saw her without makeup.
Wow.
Marriage,
so he had a false. He had a false.
Marriage lasted a day.
So he had a false sense of perception based off of
Mm-hmm.
physical. But that's also a thing too. It's like that's something you see in older couples that can be really, really cool. Is when they've been married a long time and they're just like best of buds.
Yeah.
And they don't give two fucks.
No.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
I don't
It's
care.
like, we love each other. We're old. We get it. Next.
I don't care about makeup. I don't care about like the hair getting done. Like it doesn't matter to me.
Yeah, I just feel sorry for the pressure that's in. I know, but if you drop into
honestly,
that,
dude, I could not imagine.
Yeah.
I could not imagine having to feel that pressure of like I got to put makeup on. I have to look this way. Like all that's. I can't imagine it.
No, yeah, they were talking about. I was watching a show earlier before this, and they were talking about how, how many they do lots of steroids and stuff like that to try to get their bodies, like all the superheroes, and like they were talking about Brad Pitt with Troy. Of course, they said he had to use steroids or
In Troy?
Yeah, because
Is that why
he's
he was
just
so
jacked
freaking
up.
up in Troy? I was all amped up. I'm like, he put in some hard work.
Well, you do. You can't just take steroids and not do hard work.
Yeah, I know, but
I mean, that's what they do. They jack them all up. But I mean, here you are. You're Wolverine, and you're 50-something years old, and they're putting all this junk in your body to make you look good for the film. That's just a lot of pressure. I mean, Hugh Jackman's a great guy.
imagine what that does to your psyche, though.
Well, I mean, you're knocking your body. I mean, well, even like they said he was all jacked up too. Christian Bale for Batman.
No way.
Yeah, because he got all he filled the Batman suit.
He did. He filled it
And
up.
yeah, and he was cool. But but then he did that other movie where he just ate apples and got to like 105 pounds or something. The Machinist.
Oh.
He was all sunk in his face. Was
He
all
was just
sunk.
eating apples
His
all day?
arms were like this big.
That's all they had him eating?
Yeah, you should see pictures of him on The Machinist. You won't even recognize him. Christian Bale, The Machinist. Look at this shit.
I wanted to type that in while I looked you dead in the eye.
This is for a role, bro. You know what this does to your body?
Oh my gosh. Did you
All for a movie.
have you seen this movie?
Yeah.
Was it good?
It's dark. It's like
Oh.
Alfred Hitchcock type.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
You know how it's weird. You know how Alfred Hitchcock stuff is kind of weird.
Yeah.
It's just got this like gray overtone and everything's just. And then sometimes the plot line's like, oh, okay.
Remember how big he was in Batman though? Like
Oh, he was jacked, bro.
that's just crazy.
I mean, you can't get guys like that. Like that's what they were saying. Like The Rock,
Yeah.
of course. Like you can't get that
Does
big unless
does
you're.
he take steroids?
Yes, 110%.
Oh, I can't be able to
He could be our next
honest.
president though, 2024.
No way, really?
Yeah, they were talking about that. Matthew McConaughey may run for governor in Texas.
Go for it.
He's been doing a lot of videos like helping Texas and doing. I think that's great.
I love it.
Yeah, I mean we had Ronald Reagan.
He made it happen.
We even had this.
We had Donald Trump.
Yeah, how many times did they say he lied?
8,360.
Extraterrestrials say they're calling your bullshit out there.
Yeah, that's
Trump.
rough. That's rough. They're keeping a log.
Think how important that is, though.
What?
For an advanced, evolved alien species to keep a log of how many times our president lied. That there has to be
Dude, that's
consequences to that.
That's cool.
It's thought.
It's all thought. Yeah. And think about the different lines of probabilities it creates. Think about the fanatics that
Well,
follow Trump.
It created something that we never had ever happened before. People storming the Capitol.
Mm.
All those lies created that.
That's really interesting.
Yeah, I never thought of it till just now. And I rarely think of good things.
Yeah, you got
or smart ideas.
Jason, that's absolutely freaking brilliant.
Okay, I'm done for the decade.
Yeah, we're done for the decade. Bye, everybody. Thank you so much for listening.